Hello, I'm IBX Toycat and welcome to Seed Sunday. Seed Sunday is a weekly series I run on my channel where I show you seeds for Minecraft Xbox and Minecraft PlayStation that are particularly worth checking out the next time you load up a world. And this week's seed is one a lot of people have been requesting for me for a long time, ever since I last did a survival seed. And basically this is a long-term survival seed. So if you want a seed to load up and then keep going back to over and over again for many months, many years to come or whatever, this seed is great for you if you want to do something like what I've done with my Let's Play, because basically it has a lot to keep you entertained at first. It has 4 NPC villages, 2 desert temples, and over 20 mob spawners to be found. But the seed's great for long term because it's a really great mixture of biomes, so you can always explore, do something new in a different, day. And it also, like I said, has 20 mob spawners to be found. If you want, you can just go through and spoil them for yourself. Go, just collect them all straight from the bat. Or you can just know there's over 20 of them to be found for yourself, and you can, just slowly find them by yourself. Either way you want to do this, this video is for you. And please do like it if you like it. As I said, finding 20 mob spawners on one seed took a very long time. I literally spent all of yesterday searching this seed to get the coordinates for all of them. So yeah, it'd be very appreciated if you like it. Helps out the channel, helps out the video, and also the seed is IBX Cave Spiders 14. So I'm going to split this video into 2 parts. First of all, the non-spoilery part where I just show you the seed itself. Then the second part where I show you all of the coordinates for all of the mob spawners, because at first you'll just be able to see the mob spawners as big towers like this. For instance, a mob spawner is below there, but after that I'll go through and I'll show you the exact coordinates you want to go down to. So yeah, let's show you why this seed is so great then. So you spawn in right here on this seed in the jungle, and I know a lot of seeds I've shown you recently have started in jungles, but you literally only have to head about 15 blocks to get out of this jungle, and then you're bam right here across the river from a really nice plains biome. So this plains biome right here is really great to start your first house on, because if you look around, it's really flat. And it's just a really great example of, like a nice place to start a house that's really close to spawn, has access to pigs, cows, sheep, all the sort of stuff you want, and is also quite scenic too. If you look, you've got a jungle over there, you've got a snowy hill over there, and you've got a forest to your north. So, also an NPC village just over there in the distance. But yeah, really nice example of just scenic, great, and flat. So, yeah, with this said, this is this biome right here. But if we move on from this biome, which again I think is a great example of a plains biome, you can head to the north to find these mob spawners if you want those coordinates, or you can just dig around and look for them yourself. But the thing I really like about this seed that I think makes it great for long term is it's mostly land and the one biggest part of water. So it's mostly land, like I said, but there's one big body of water, which is just this ring right here, just away from the NPC village. The thing about this big body of water is it's so easy to fix because the majority of this is 1 block deep. So if you look, it's 1 block deep just here, so you could just cover it in dirt or something, and if you wanted to, you could just have a NPC village which you make yourself and you expand it over this thing. So you could have like an underwater NPC village, or you can just make it a big flat ground, or you can make a big bridge over here. I think they're all pretty good options. I think they'd all work quite well, and that's why I think this seed is great for survival. So also what we have here is the first NPC village, you could probably tell. And this NPC village is pretty nice because, it's got a lot of villages of various types. It doesn't have a blacksmith chest, but it does have a mob spawner. I'll show you that later, of course. And it also has access to a lot of potatoes, a lot of wheat, and that's always great to get yourself some food to start yourself off with. So, yeah, great start there. And there's also a house here, which you can only get into by, sprint jumping from here or making a block. So, I think that's a great place to make a house if you don't want to make your own house and you just want to, bum off the NPC village for a while. So, NPC village at these coordinates just here. So, moving to the north of that, you've probably seen this already. Just literally 50 to 100 blocks north, you can see a second NPC village that close to the first one. If you really wanted to, you could even extend the 2 villages and make them meet in the middle. And the cool thing about this village is it actually has a blacksmith chest, unlike the other one. And yeah, it's a very, very strange NPC village. So first of all, let's show you the blacksmith chest. It's not amazing, it doesn't have diamonds or a saddle or anything, but it does have an iron chest plate and 5 iron ingots. So that's enough for a pickaxe and a sword. A great start to the game, in my opinion, considering how close this is to spawn. And yeah, you can just come here pretty early. And the funny thing about this, village is that all of the villagers kind of congregate outside the houses, because for some reason, most of the houses, like the librarian's house here, not the librarian house, but the village house here, you can actually see most of the houses are actually 2 blocks up from the ground. So I'm not sure what the reasoning for this is, but it means no villagers can actually get back into their houses, and I just think that's kind of funny. So all the villagers will kind of roam free here. If you want to protect the village, you're going to have to do that quite early on, because only a few of the houses are actually accessible, and that's kind of funny to me. So yeah, also, just a little bit away from this village, there's the first desert temple. So this first desert temple, of course, gives you access to whatever you might want to find. So sometimes it's diamonds, sometimes it's emeralds. Sometimes you only get gold, rotten flesh, bones, and saddles, but it's still a pretty nice, bonus just to find for going into a desert temple. So yeah, in addition to that, the reason I think this is great for long term is because if you need sandstone for a build, this has access to so much sandstone you can just steal, take for yourself, or you can leave it here, you can modify it, make it a house. I think having a desert temple just to build off and do all that sort of stuff with is always a great option. So that's 2 villages and a desert temple down, and if you head across the NPC, not the NPC village, if you head across the desert, you'll find the second desert temple, and later all the other sort of stuff. So this second desert temple is in a very strange place. If you look here, it's barely, very, very barely in the desert. Like, it's so close to not being in the desert. It's mostly actually in the swamp and half in the ice, kind of biome here, so that's kind of strange like that. Unfortunately, I did accidentally blow this up when going inside it, so there's just nothing around here but big explosions. Maybe a mob did it, I'm not entirely sure, but there's nothing for me to show you. But normally you do get access to some chests, some diamonds, some emeralds, some enchanted books, all that sort of stuff. And then just to the north of this place, so once you've gone here, you've taken what you need, there's also the one set of spruce trees in the world. So you can either take these spruce trees, plant them elsewhere once you've got the saplings, or if you chop down all the spruce trees, take all the saplings and burn them or something, you can actually be the only person in your world with access to spruce trees, or you can get rid of them altogether, because this, like I said, this is the only place where you can find them. This tiny little lonely biome right here. It's kind of sad to see. Like, look at these 5 trees right here. They're so lonely, just with the snow biome is such a small part of the desert, and it's kind of sad. But yeah, that's the end of this desert / snow area. So heading down south here through the swamp biome and through the extreme hill biome that follows, you actually end up in the second NPC village, if you head a little bit south here anyway. So yeah, I really like the mixture of biomes here, because if you look, this is a nice combination of an extreme hill, so some chances to get yourself some emeralds, and then boom, we're straight into another flat land to build a house on, and also to find a village on. So the second village actually has another blacksmith chest, and this one kind of proves that the seed is great for mining, because it has 3 separate iron pickaxes, as well as 3 more iron ingots to make another one, and if you wanted to, you could make another one with those. So that's a potential of 5 separate iron pickaxes to be found right there, some iron boots for you, and some iron horse armor for your horse. So I think that's just a great chest to be found right there. It's also quite well protected from the elements, because it's actually like kind of underground. You can't even properly get out of this, besides, these 2 holes here. The villager will usually stay in there by himself, unless he leaves, like I'm mentioning, when he's going to stay there. And yeah, that's quite cool. So this NPC village right here, great example of why the seed's for mining. And we have one final NPC village I want to show you before we get into the mole spawners, and it's just over here, quite close to the other one. It's a very small NPC village, but it is still a great chance to get yourself some villagers, get yourself like a villager farm, anything you want to do like that. It's a great chance to do that. So with all of this said, let's start to show you all of the cool stuff. So I think this is a great mixture of biomes. It's great for survival because of all the flatlands, all the ravines, all the sort of stuff there is to explore. But I think the mob spawners are what really make the... Also, look at this. This is so perfectly square, it annoys me. But yeah, so the seed is also a great example of, something to explore underground, because, like I said, over 20 mob spawners, it's a very rare feat for a world to have, let alone to know where all of them are. So, if you want to keep this, the mob spawners as a surprise for yourself, please, you might want to, click on to another Seed Sunday video now, or click another video. But if you want to stay here and learn the coordinates, that's what I'm going to show you right now. So, like I said, over 20 of them, let's try and rush through them. So, this is where the spawn is, this is the flatlands I recommend building a house on, and this is the first mob spawner right here. So, it's a really cool first mob spawner, because if you head down from these coordinates right here, it's quite low down, it's a skeleton spawner, and inside the chest you've got yourself a name tag, 3 music discs, and some gunpowder. So a pretty cool start to your mob spawner journey. Just a few blocks to the right over here, about 30-40 blocks away, there is the second mob spawner. You head down here, you'll actually find yourself a zombie spawner, the most common type of spawner, and you get yourself a name tag, some gold horse armor, and a diamond horse armor and saddle here. So, as I mentioned at the start of the video, by the end of this, you'll end up with so much horse armor, so many saddles, so many, name tags, that it's going to be ridiculous. If those are the things you're looking for on a seed, to play multiplayer with lots of different people, then this is just a great way to get off that stuff, because there's a skeleton spawner just here, and you can get some iron horse armor, 2 saddles, a music disc, all that sort of stuff. And you can also find yourself 3 music discs in this one, as well as a bucket. So even the worst mob spawners, you still get some music discs, you still get some buckets, some iron, all that sort of stuff. And I think that's what makes this so great. So heading to the north here, mob spawner number 4 is at these coordinates just over here, X397, Z-19. Like, I'm just going to keep bringing up the map. Pause the video if you want to go to these coordinates. But inside here, underneath some gravel, you can find yourself some another saddle, another music disc, and in this one you can find some wheat, some buckets, some iron ingots, and it's not a particularly great mob spawner, but it is quite close to the surface, so there is that to be said. If you want a really easy mob spawner to turn into a farm, this is probably the one for you. Very, very close nearby, literally like 15 blocks away, is this spider spawner, quite low down, to show the opposite type deal. And inside this one you can find 2 name tags, you can find some gold horse armor. Inside here you can find 2 more name tags and some iron horse armor. So 4 name tags just from this one place alone. Absolutely ridiculous if you ask me anyway. And yeah, that's what you can find in this mob spawn. So heading away from here, heading into the forest for this sick mob spawner, you can actually find one just over here. So the cool thing about this mob spawner, I think this is the right one anyway, if we've night vision ourselves. So this mob spawner is a zombie mob spawner, but inside this chest you get yourself a name tag and a saddle, so add that to the massive pile you probably have by now. These spawners just here, by the way. But if you head into the cave, which is actually connected, there's actually diamonds. That's right, really, really easy to get diamonds, 5 of them just in the cave nearby. So yeah, diamonds, horse armor, and you know, name tags, really great little you know, example of why the seed is pretty good right there. I think it's crazy that you can get that so easily from spawn. So yeah, this is mob spawner number 6. Mob spawner number 7 is just over here, just past these pumpkins, which you might want to take with you if that's your sort of thing. But yeah, you just want to head past those pumpkins and down here. So these corners just here, again, quite close to bedrock. You actually find a zombie spawner, which has no chests with it, unfortunately, but it does have a abandoned mineshaft linked into it. So if you look around here, there's an abandoned mineshaft to explore, and because it's low down enough, there is actually a potential to find diamonds in this place, so it's a pretty cool thing to explore. Find some diamonds if you want, find some blacksmith chests, not blacksmith chests, find some abandoned mineshaft chests if you want. There's some pretty good, you know, opportunities in this place, and it all connects into the zombie spawner. So, free XP right here, no name tags to steal, but, you know, a bunch of other stuff to take, and I think it's a great exploration opportunity. So, this one is great for exploration, these corners just over here. Heading to the northwest, I guess that'd be a little bit. This one's a little bit underwater, unfortunately, but it is a spider spawner, which is in a ravine, which I think is really cool. So, again, another great opportunity to find some gold, find some iron, find all those sort of ores. The cool thing about the bottom of this is it's entirely water and lava. Like, it's water, then lava, then water, then lava. Very, very risky thing to fall into. It's not quite as safe as other mob spawners. And, yeah, watch yourself for that, because it could be quite dangerous. Also, 2 name tags, a saddle, some gold horse armor. Always a cool loot to get from some chests. So, definitely worth going underwater for, in my opinion. So, heading past the mob spawner, I think it's to the northwest here. There is a little bit of a swamp biome just hidden at the very edge of the world here. It has literally about 10-15 trees here, but you can actually find another mob spawner down at these coordinates. So, yeah, this is the coordinates just here, 366 minus 318. Inside this chest, 2 more copies of cat, and in this side this chest, a copy of cat and a copy of 13. Not great loot, not a great spawner, but there is another cave to explore, so if you like your caves, then a great opportunity to get some XP before you head into one. So, yeah, you can probably get the idea of how these mob spawners are going to go now. There's 3 types of them. They generally have a lot of loot of various types, and I hope you have enjoyed the seeds so far. I'll keep showing them as I go, but I think for the rest of them, besides maybe one, I want to just kind of show you the coordinates, because, you know, by this point you probably have your mind blown and being like, you know, my mind's been blown so much that I think you're just showing me more and more stuff at this point. So these coordinates just here, by the way. There's a bunch of zombie spawners. There's something like 10 zombie spawners, 5 skeleton spawners, and 5 spider spawners. So regardless of what spawner you want, there is a spawner for you. See another skeleton spawner just here, which has just a single chest, unfortunately. There's a bunch of stuff to be found in here, and I'm going to show you the coordinates for it, or all the maps on them, in a second. However, I think, you know, I should stop going around flying all the way over there, because I think you get the point. They're all below ground. They're all mob spawners of various types, with chests and stuff, and I'll just start showing you the coordinates from now on, after this one more significant mob spawner, but I'll start showing you the coordinates in a second. So you can just get an idea of where they are on the map, where you can find them, and how you can get your stuff. But yeah, this is the last significant one, because this one you don't need to mine a single block to get to, because if you head down from those coordinates I just showed you, there's a zombie spawner here with 2 chests. One has a name tag, one has 2 name tags, and you get a couple copies of cats. So I thought that was pretty cool. This is the last kind of significant one. The rest are just below ground in various places. Like I said, they all have access to name tags, or horse armor, or saddles. If you want all that sort of stuff, just head to each of these coordinates. You can look on the map, and you can see roughly where it is. Then you can go to the precise corner, and you can find it. Also below the map each time I'm showing off the exact mob spawner, so you can see this one is a spider spawner, the next one's probably going to be a zombie spawner, or yeah, it's a skeleton spawner this time. You get the basic point there. But yeah, just go to each of these coordinates and you can get yourself a mob spawner. So I hope you have enjoyed this week's Seed Sunday. Please do like it if you do like it. Like I said, it took me a very long time to find all of these, and even going over and recording it took a very long time. But yeah, please do like it if you liked it. Share it if you really liked it. It helps out even more. And if you're new around here, please do subscribe. I do Seed Sunday every week, as well as a bunch of other Minecraft Xbox and Minecraft PlayStation videos I'm sure you'll like. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.